Hi, I'm Corwin, and today we finally get to do the fun stuff. This has been sitting in the garage for quite some time, and I finally get to put it on the car now that all the suspension stuff is done. But check this out. This is a custom, one-of-a-kind oil pan from Kevko Racing. I hit the guys up because they had a Nova pan, which is basically what all the Nova guys say is the #1 pan to use, but it wasn't quite to the specs. Can you quit, you piece of shit? But the dimensions weren't quite what I needed, so I went under the car, measured everything out, and gave them the dimensions. And that's why all of this stuff is all custom welded. Typically on a Nova pan, there's a big cutout here for the steering. This is a Meixsell pan, it's really nice. There's just not enough clearance on this car, which kind of sucks. But as you can see, this is just flat all the way across. And then they added the kick out on this side to get more oil capacity, which is great and easy. Starter should sit here. It's got a mini starter on it now, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then they also added a new bung for the dipstick. So I'll probably use this same piece to block off the old one, but I'll just throw that guy in there and it should be good to go. So what I'm gonna do first is clean up the bottom of the block, make sure there's nothing on it. And then I need to clean up this pan a little bit because it's been sitting around the garage while I've been doing all this other work. So I wanna make sure I get it fully cleaned out. And then I'll lay a bead on here, gasket, another small bead, and then I need to get all the bolts cleaned up. They are kind of dirty, so I want to do that, and then I'll get it on the car. Big old thing, a Mobile One, so dump that in there, and then fire it up. Make sure everything's good, no leaks, and they can finish up the steering. Very exciting. I can't believe I almost forgot. Look at this. We got t-shirts. They look awesome. So if you want to get one, got black, got white, got one with a big logo on the back. Really nice thick stuff. So if you want to get one, the link's down there. All right, it's all cleaned up. I'm gonna get this windage tray installed and then go work on the bottom of the car. Everything's cleaned up here, looking good in its general location to go back on the car. Pan's all cleaned out, got the tray installed. So now it's just getting under the car, cleaning up the bottom of the block to get ready for the gasket. So under here is actually pretty clean. You can see some stuff up here. Some gasket maker down here, but all that's pretty easy to clean up. But look at how clean. This thing has so few miles on it. You can still see all the marks they put on when they built the motor. Yeah, this thing should run for quite a while, assuming I can, quit punching holes in the oil pan. Okay, so I guess it's time to put this gasket on. It's a Meixsell gasket, and I checked with the guys at Kevko to make sure that was good. I also asked them about the oil pickup to make sure that using the same location as a Meixsell pan would work, and they said it would. It should be good to go. They use a similar core depth, so I shouldn't have to mess with that. I'm so nervous about this. Like, after all this work and hours and sweat and blood and broken fingers, it would really suck to get this far and screw it up now. So I don't know. I'm just gonna triple check everything and then, you know, just go slow and make sure everything's lined up before I really tighten it down and make sure everything's got a good seal. So that's the plan. Okay, it's in. Took a little finagling because the oil pump pickup was didn't want to go down in the hole, but there's just not a lot of room down there to do it on the car. But it's in. It's good to go. So what I'm gonna do is slowly work my way around, get everything torqued up. A couple of those bolts are kind of hard to get to, as I'm sure you saw. And then probably check everything again, and then put some oil in it and see if it'll fire up. It's been a while, so probably needs a little persuasion with some go juice, but it's good stuff. Alright, I'm glad I checked everything twice because on the second pass, some of that stuff had worked its way. Not loose, but you know, as the rest of the pan tightens up, the ones in the middle just aren't as tight anymore. Always check twice. I gotta get this dipstick in. The only tricky bit is that he put it on the other side where that kick out is, so I'm gonna have to take the plug, it's like it's 1/4 inch MPT out of the one that welded in, take this dipstick out, put the bung in that one, put this dipstick in, so. Let me just see if I can't crack this dude loose. Shouldn't be, yeah, it's not even tight. The only trick is that you can see they put some Teflon on here, which I'm not really sure why they did that. If they were just trying to keep the thread straight when they were welding it. No big deal, okay. But now I gotta get the other one off. Like I thought, it's never that easy. The old dipstick is press in and looks like it's been modified. Not really sure what's going on with that. So regardless, that bung, obviously there's nothing for it to screw into. So I'm gonna look for a more permanent solution to this little issue. But in the meantime, I think what I'm gonna do is take the old dipstick, just cut it, just jam it in this hole so that oil doesn't spew back up out of it. And that should be fine for now. Like I said, I'll look for a more permanent solution later. But I just kind of want to get this thing fired up. Yes, this is why it takes me so long to get anything done. I did this 3 times and it's just a little tiny quick fix. I don't know, my brain, it's just like, get it together, man. Okay, got it in here. I had to put a slight bend in it down there just to clear the header because the steering box is in the way on this side, so it should be good. So let's fill it up. we've got oil pressure. So, cool beans. Let's fill the oil on the headers. That's gonna smoke like I'm not seeing anything down here. So that went pretty good, not gonna lie. Could have gone way worse. Kind of expected it to go worse, because that's just kind of how things go. But motor runs, I don't see any leaks. I'll keep checking on it. But the biggest thing, I gotta make sure the steering goes in, it doesn't hit the pan, which is why I started this whole thing in the first place. So, next time.